Hello and welcome to SLE Equipment here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we're doing the instructional video for this 8.5 by 28 foot long concession trailer. It is black with silver trim. First thing we're going to talk about today is the power source. So whether you're running off of generator or shore power, you want to make sure that you have that power source turned off before plugging in to the unit, okay? So once you've ensured that your power source is off, simply come here, take your power cord, plug it in. It is a twist lock, so you're going to turn it slightly to the right and then tighten this collar here, get a good snug fit. That way your power cord stays in place as it should. All right, once you've done that, then plug in the other end of the power cord to your power source, and at that point then you're good to turn your power source on. As you can see here on the front of this unit, it does come equipped with the generator platform, has an extended tongue on it. This unit does come equipped with gas lines. It does not have a propane tank or cage. It is stubbed off. You can see the regulator here with the line coming from the regulator there, but it is ready for propane. Next up, here we have the 36-inch by 78-inch tall entry door in the V-nose. Inside the V-nose here, you see the vent on the wall. Immediately to the left here is the light switch. Turns on the LED strip light in the ceiling there. Up here on the wall you see the electric panel. This is a 100 amp package, although there is only one power cord source for it, so you're only going to have about 50 amps available to you running off of that one power cord. The gray box on the top right of the electric panel there is the inverter. So that inverter, anytime the unit is connected to power, it is going to be charging the 12-volt battery. That 12-volt system operates the LED lights, both interior and exterior, and the water pump. And then the box right below the inverter with the black cover there, that is the fuse panel for the 12-volt system. And then the 12-volt system runs off of the 12-volt battery here in the floor. And then here is the power cord for this unit. It is a 25-foot long power cord. Again, twist lock end here with the collar. 4-prong plug for 50 amp. All right. Here we have, down the side here, we have the 78-inch tall by 48-inch wide entry door into the unit. And you can see the LED light just to the side of the door at the top there. Down here below, we have the waste tank drain. So with this waste tank drain, this is a 3-inch connection here, so you just simply remove this cap, hook a 3-inch hose up to it. You can get that at any RV camping center or supply store. Once you've connected your hose, then you're going to open the valve by sliding this handle to the left here. Allow the contents of the waste tank to drain out. Once that's completed, push your handle back in place, put your cap, or remove your hose, then put your cap back in place. Don't forget to stow your hose away at that point. All right, take a quick look down the side of the unit here. All right, next up, I have two 7,000-pound axles here. You see the steel wheels. Sorry for that. See the steel wheels here. One quick note on these. In the center of the hub here, you see the rubber cap here. Behind that rubber cap, you just simply pull that out. Behind there is a grease fitting. So once every 10,000 miles or 1 year, whichever comes first, you'll need to remove that cap on each of the 4 wheels. and connect your grease gun to it. Just grease that bearing and hubs there. That way you keep those in proper working order. Extends the life of the hubs and bearings there. Moving on down the trailer, next we have a stabilization jack here on the rear corner. There is one on all four corners, and I will show you all of those. The stabilization jacks are just that. They're for stabilizing the unit, keeping it from rocking as much side to side. Any leveling needs to be done by use of blocks and wood under the jack, under the wheels, whatever, however you need to do that to level it for the area that you're in at the time. Using the stabilization jacks to try to help level the unit could damage the stabilization jack or the unit itself, the frame, whatever. So just want to emphasize, please do not try to use those stabilization jacks for leveling. They're only for stabilization of the unit. They're not going to support the weight of this unit. All right, moving around the back, you see the license plate holder there. And then here we have a 36-inch by 78-inch tall rear entry door. LED light above the door there. Move on around the side. You see the two awnings. One 8-foot, one 14-foot awning on the side of this unit. Has 3 concession windows with flip-up counters beneath each window. We'll take a closer look at those. So this first one here, this is a 5-foot concession window, 3-foot tall. You see the LED lights on either side of it. Flip-up counter there. It's black with silver trim as well. And then to lower the flip-up counters down, simply come here, depress one latch, come to the other end, depress that latch, and lower the counter down. Pretty simple operation there. All right, and the windows in the back here, it's 2 split windows there. There are 4 pieces of glass total in that, and then a screen in between the glass there. All right, moving on around. First we'll show you this stabilization jack in the rear passenger side. The two 10,000-pound or 7,000-pound axles, sorry for that. Here on the passenger side, steel wheels, again grease fittings in the center of the hubs on both of those. And then here we have the 2 5-foot concession windows toward the front of the unit. Now this one, both of these windows have horizontal sliding windows in them. You can see the 3 LED lights, one on either side of the 2 windows and then one in the middle of the windows. Flip up concession counters. Same operation to lower those as what we just saw at the back there. All right. Water access panel up at the front passenger side corner here. So simply open this door. You're filling the fresh water tank in this unit. You're just going to unscrew your cap, insert your hose here, fill that tank. Once done, remove your hose, replace your cap. And you want to make sure you replace the cap so you don't have any air openings for air to get in. You'll know when you start running water in the unit if you do. And then this here is for the pressurized system, so it's your typical water hose fitting there. It does have a screen filter on the front of it here. Simply hook your water hose up and that will bypass the fresh water tank, and it pumps water directly to the water pump and the water heater on the unit. And this key will be inside the unit around the faucet. All right, so let's talk about the gas. So the gas on these units is the most dangerous piece of equipment on any of these units. So you want to make sure that before turning on the gas, you have your concession windows open and you turn on the exhaust hood in your unit. Once you've done so, then you can, and then make sure all of the appliances inside your unit, the knobs on those are all in the off position as well. Once you've done that, come outside here, turn on your gas. So this is in the on position. So anytime you're looking at any of these valves here, if you see the handle is not in line with the gas line, that means that valve is closed. So here you would just simply connect to your tank, however you're going to provide propane to the system. Connect to it here with your hose, turn on or open up the valve at that connection, and then come here. Before you turn this on, this is a vent right here on the back of the regulator. You want to make sure that you don't hear any hissing of gas coming out of here or smell an abnormal amount of propane there. If you do, it's potential that you have a problem with your regulator. So you want to shut it back off and contact your local gas company, have them come out and service the unit, make sure that everything is working properly. Okay, but if everything checks out here, next step, turn your gas valve on. Once you do that, you'll hear an initial whoosh of gas run through here. That's all you should hear. You should not hear a continued flow of gas through that. If you do, shut this back off. Check the knobs on your appliances first. As long as if everything is off there, then you potentially have a leak. Anytime you hear continuous gas, that gas is moving somewhere. So you don't want to be inside the unit if you have a gas leak. So once you've checked your knobs, if all of the knobs were off, come back out, turn that back on again. If you still hear gas flowing, then at that point you need to shut that back off, contact your gas company, have them come out and service the unit. I will show you one area of concern on these units. The gas lines do run underneath the trailer. Okay, so during transit, there exists a potential for road debris, whether it be rocks, wood, chunks of rubber, whatever could be on the road, to kick up off the road, hit that gas line, and potentially damage it. So if you hear that continuous flow of gas, please shut it back off, contact your local gas company, let them come out and service the unit. Better be safe than sorry. And if there is any issues, let them make any necessary repairs before operating the unit. Okay. However, once everything is checked out with the gas on here, we'll come inside the unit. So here you can see the hood on this unit. It is a 12-foot long hood. All right. The switch here on the wall next to the hood, that's the switch that turns the hood on. You see the lights on the hood come on, and you can probably hear the hood running now. So anytime you're inside the unit, or anytime you have gas turned on to the unit, you want to make sure that this hood is on before turning on that gas. Okay, like I said, make sure your concession windows are open so that you have proper ventilation. Turn on that hood so that it's moving that air, and if there is any gas, it's not building up inside the unit. Okay, this unit comes equipped with 4 gas valves here in the floor underneath the hood, and then we have it preset for fire suppression to the specs that the purchaser of this unit has laid out ahead of time. All right, now with these grease filters in the hood here, once a week you're going to need to pull those grease filters out, wash them with soap and warm water. Just get them good and keep them good and clean. Minimum once a week you need to do that. That way it helps prevent any grease fires in the hood. To take these out, just grab the bottom, push up. You see the gap there at the bottom, you can tilt it out, lower it down. Okay, to put it back in, reverse. So you're just going to go in first, all the way up, tilt the bottom in, set it back down in there. Pretty simple to pull these out. Next thing you want to do is make sure that your gaps in between your filters is as tight as possible. That way it helps prevent grease from getting in there and inside the hood, and it helps any larger objects that could get sucked into the hood there from hitting that fan. Main concern is grease getting in behind there. You just want to try to keep that to a minimum, that way help prevent any grease fires inside the hood there. Okay. In behind here there are two grease cups. One connects on that end, the other connects on this end. You see the two knobs right there. That's where the grease cup is going to sit on and catch any grease as it flows out. All right. So with the fire protection system, fire suppression system here, that is the gas valve. So if the fire suppression system is to activate inside this unit, that gas valve will shut off the gas to the appliances, thus removing that fuel source from the fire and not allowing it to have that source of fuel. Up top here on the shelf, you can see the fire suppression tank. Holds the suppressant. And then over here by the door is the control head for the fire suppression unit. So if you had to discharge this system manually, you would do so by grabbing the pin, giving a good firm pull to it, thus breaking the tab here. Flip this switch to the left, and this will move from set to fired. At that point, you're going to want to exit the unit. You probably don't want to be inside the unit if that is discharged. Okay. All right. Let's go around the rest of the trailer here real quick. Take a look at the rest of the features in it. Tell you what, we'll start over here with the water. So this does have the hand wash station here inside the cabinet. And underneath the cabinet here, you have the freshwater tank, 2.5 gallon water heater there, a water pump right there, and then down here, so this hose with the air fitting on it, that is the winterization line. Simply connect your air fitting to that and blow the water out of the lines. You'll get that winterization video in a separate email. And then this line here, this is your drain. It goes through the floor and drains out through the bottom of the unit there. And you can see, same thing with these. Handles are not in line, so those valves are closed. And then this line here, you can see that handle is in line, so that line, that valve is open. That's your main supply line coming from the water tank there. Okay. So with that water heater, the first thing before plugging that water heater in, you want to come here, turn on your hot and cold water, both sides. Make sure you have a good, consistent, steady flow of water, as you see there. Once you've verified that, then you can turn on the water heater without risking damaging the heating element inside the water heater. I'm going to try to get a quick temperature reading here. Let's go with Fahrenheit. Hopefully this will get out. I like to see 115, 120. Hopefully it'll get there. It's not been plugged in and running that long, but we'll see here. And it looks about close to 106 is about as close as we're going to get right now. But I promise you that water heater will heat up and get the temperature. Just hasn't been plugged up very long to heat that water up. So it is good hot water. And it's a 2.5 gallon tank, so it's not going to hold, 2.5 gallons you can go through fairly quickly, but it is there for you. Alright. Oh, and on the side here, this is the switch, on-off switch for the water pump. So anytime you're using the faucet, running the water through the faucet there, you'll need to make sure that that is in the on position for that water pump. Alright, as we move around the unit, I'm going to check these lights. 2 lights on, shows you that it's working. I'll check these outlets here. And then here we have a shelf that runs the full length of the trailer. About a 26-foot long shelf once you get past the cabinet there for the sink. Outlet in between the concession windows here. That one works. That one works. It does open up here for this 9-foot section where it's a little wider. It's about a 30-inch wide shelf right there. On the wall here, flashing 0 and LB, that is the carbon monoxide and gas alarm, explosive gas alarm. So 0 tells you it is not detecting any carbon monoxide right now. LB simply means it's low battery because the battery's there. That battery would be dead by the time the purchaser takes possession of the unit. So for that reason, I do not have it in there. A couple of things with this real quick. If you wanted to pull this plug out from here and have it plugged in, but with the unit mounted somewhere else on the wall, off to the side, whatever, simply remove this back cover. Power cord is wound up on this side. The battery does go on this side in here, and there is a mounting kit inside there on that side as well. But you can pull that plug out, like I said, have it plugged in to the outlet and have this mounted on the wall down there, up here, whatever. You can mount it. I guess the closest electrical outlet on the driver's side is there, but you can pull that cord on down the wall and have it mounted over here somewhere if you wanted. All right. So this does come with the unit. I'll let that be the proof that that outlet works, and then we'll check this one. 2 lights, it's good. I almost did forget, above the counter here, we have a 9-foot shelf here in between the second concession window and the rear concession window. All right, another outlet down here on the wall. Next to the concession window here, 2 lights, it's good. Inside of the rear entry door there. All right, moving on around. And here on this wall, we have a 10-foot shelf. Runs from between the hood and the door, entry door at the front. We'll check this outlet here. And that one is good. All right. Here we have the light switches. So this first switch is for the lights inside the unit here. These last 3 switches here are for the exterior lights. The one above the entry door on the driver's side, and then the light at the back of the trailer above that entry door, and then the 5 lights around the concession windows. All right. And then to extend and retract the awnings, that's done here. So this first one gets the 14-foot awning toward the front of the trailer, and then this second one that hits the 8-foot awning at the back of the trailer there. All right. Oh, one last thing with the fire suppression system. You do, as part of the package, you receive a Class ABC and Class K fire extinguishers. The Class K is required in every commercial kitchen in the United States. All 50 states require that, and then the ABC extinguisher is required as well. So we do provide those as part of the fire suppression package. And then up here on the wall next to the entry door at the front of the unit, concession trailer safety guidelines and procedures. It's just going over things like general safety and maintenance, startup procedures, shutdown procedures, and before transit. Okay. So the startup and shutdown procedures, one of the biggest things that it talks about on that sticker there is simply the gas system. Shutdown procedures for the gas system are basically the same as the startup procedures, just really in reverse. So the first thing you're going to do is go through, turn off the knobs on all of your equipment. If you have fryers, then you want to make sure that all of your manual pilot lights are turned to the off position on the fryers. And then if you have a lot of the other equipment that can go in these is going to have free-flowing pilots, so just they're going to continue to burn until you turn off the gas. All right, but just make sure you turn all the knobs off on all the appliances. At that point, exit the unit, turn the gas off. Once you've turned the gas off, you close the gas valve, then come back inside the unit, verify that all of your knobs are in the off position and that all of your pilot lights are out. Okay, once you've done that and you're 100% certain that all the gas to the unit is turned off, then you can shut off the exhaust hood. Okay, do not shut the exhaust hood off until you know for certain though that all of the gas to this unit has been shut off. All right, just again, safety first. All right, looking at the rest of the unit here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LED strip lights inside the unit here. Then we have the 15,000 BTU air conditioning unit. This knob here at the back is your hot-cold temperature knob, so you can select what temperature you want there. This switch allows you to select high fan, low fan, high cool, low cool, high heat, low heat, and off. And then these two switches here, those are simply, if you flip that all the way to the front, it shuts off airflow to out of the back of this, and air would then just be coming out the front. So those are just directional switches there. You can turn off the direction or turn off the airflow out of one side or the other. All right. The unit does come equipped with the rubber coin flooring all throughout. This is a solid one-piece matte flooring. As you can see, as we've been going around the trailer, aluminum mill walls, aluminum mill ceiling and trim. And that is going to do it. Real quick on the shutdown of the unit and before transit, good idea to unplug your water heater at the end of every use, just so that next time you come in the trailer, if you drain the lines for whatever reason, you don't have that water heater plugged in and turned on once you hit power to it and it burn up that heating element because it's not full. All right, so just kind of make it a habit. Come here, turn the water on. Oh, again, this is why you got to have the water pump turned on. Turn your water on, make sure you got that good consistent flow of water before plugging in your water heater there. All right, and then before transit, just make sure that your lug nuts are tight, you've got the proper tire pressure in all your tires, stowed away all your cords and hoses, shut all your doors, closed your awnings, things of that sort, and everything is stowed away. Just don't want to damage anything or lose anything by leaving something connected outside the unit. All right, that will do it for our instructional video. We thank you for your time and thank you for doing business here at SLE. Have a great day.